Oh, hello guys, welcome back. So, yeah, in the last video, I was able to explain the concept of web development to us and also shared the stack that we'll be using for the purpose of this class, which is WordPress. All right, so, uh, and I promised that I was going to, in the next video, which is this particular video, I was going to explain the concept of hosting and domain for us, and it is actually a very key part of this particular session of this particular training, because you need it. You need uh, uh, you need to have a very good understanding of how hosting and domain works. All right, so before I log into Namecheap, uh, I mean, let me explain domain the way it is, and let me also explain hosting. And I'm going to start with hosting. Hosting is an environment where you host your website files. It's very simple. You can equate it for your wardrobe. If you have a wardrobe, which I believe you do, or a closet, that's the place you put your wares, you put your clothes and everything. And of course, anytime you need a particular dress, you just have to open it. Then you do what you you take the clothes, you wear it, and you go out. So that's basically what hosting is. Is an environment where files are being loaded, where files are being stored rather. You can also equate it for a filing cabinet. In a filing cabinet, there are a lot of files that have been structured properly, and anytime we need a particular file, we go to, maybe we need a file that starts with letter F. We go to the section where the letter F is, then we take out the file. So that's basically what hosting is. So as it relates to websites, it is an environment where we have stored every information about our websites. Your websites are basically bunch of pages that you have designed and you have stored in your hosting environment. All right. And after you have stored it in your hosting environment, anytime anybody needs it, or anytime anybody visits your website and they make a request to that particular for that particular page, it is the hosting environment that will now supply it back then for people to see. All right. So that's just the way it is. All right. Now, for domain is very simple also. The domain is more like a unique set of keys. Let me put it that way. A unique set of key that makes us to have access to the hosting environment, that makes people, your users, to have access to the hosting environment. Hosting environment in terms of the files in your hosting environment. So we can have a lot of domains like facebook.com. So if you go to facebook.com, facebook.com is the name of of course is the name, is the domain name. So you go to facebook.com, it shows you every information about Facebook. It shows you things related to Facebook. If you go to facebook.com, it's not going to take you to twitter.com. No, it's not possible. They are two different things. So domain is the basic name, or the basic name or key that allows you to have access to uh, the hosting environment files that has been stored. So sorry, if you want to build any website, you need those two: hosting and domain. Even if you are building an app, anything that you want to build, that you want to showcase to people, it has to stay somewhere, and we need to have something to access it. And that's just the idea. And also, apart from domain, we also have things called domain extension. All right, domain extension are very, very important. So important. All right. So we have .com as a domain extension. We have .net, we have .org, and based on your location. So if you are in Nigeria, for instance, you have .ng. If you are in South Africa, you have .za. If you are in Ghana, you have .gh. If you are in UK, we have .co.uk. If you are in Canada, we have .ca. All right. So based on your location, we have domain extensions that matches with your locality, with your immediate country. All right, so we have quite a lot of them, a lot of them. Now, the difference between those extensions are very simple. So if you are using a .com extension, .com is the most popular of it all. And as you would see right here, we have .com, which is for $6.49. All right. We have .com, which is the most popular. So anybody that wants to access any website, the very first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, if I want to go to maybe Facebook now, I'm not going to type facebook.net. I'm going to type facebook.com, google.com, instagram.com, and so on and so forth, right? So .com is the most popular domain out there. Sorry, domain extension that is out there. But it doesn't mean that what .com will do, .org will not do it. No. So the whole idea of .com, .org, .ng, .net is simple. So .com stands for commercial, .net stands for network, .org stands for organization, .gov, which is GOV, stands for government, .edu stands for education. All right. So we have .online, anybody can use it. .tech, anybody can use it. .com.ng. NG, like I said the other time, NG is for Nigerian domains, right? So if I do .com.ng, so that means it is a commercial website or a commercial domain based in Nigeria. If I do .org.ng, it is an organization based in Nigeria. So that is why companies like custodian, for instance, which is an investment company, sorry, an insurance company, they do custodian.com, sorry, .org.ng, and there are some that do um, .com or .org.ng. So it doesn't really matter what extension you use. It's just based on your own preference. Of course, there are times when you want to use a .com and it's not available. So you might decide to use was it .org instead. So it's all based on preferences. It doesn't limit what the users will see. It doesn't limit what you are going to put on your website. So it is just a personal preference that you might want to explore when you are dealing with domain extensions. All right, so I'm going to sign in now so that we'll have access to my hosting environment and other things that I might want to pass across. So currently I have a lot of domains. We have lightstartechnologies.com, which is my predominant domain that I have built my website on. Now in this case, yeah, so this is what Namecheap looks like. Yeah, and I must say we have things that are called uh, hosting domain registrar or uh, hosting environments. Yeah, so basically they are companies that sell hosting environments and domains. That's just who they are. So there are a lot of them in the whole world. We have the most popular one, which is GoDaddy. We have GoDaddy, we have SiteGround, we have Namecheap, we have Hostinger, and a lot of them. All right. So they offer, most of them offer the same services in terms of um, what we need, just hosting an environment. The only difference sometimes is their pricing and of course their interface and their system and system of operations, but they still basically offer the same thing. What they offer is hosting to put your site files and domain to access your websites. Very simple. So this is, and of course in Nigeria, we have a lot of them also. We have TrueHost, we have Google Host, we have Domain King. I think they basically sell domain. I'm not sure whether they sell hosting too. And their pricing is made from the pricing of these international ones. But based on my experience with some of them, I still prefer to use the international ones because of their downtime. Sorry, uptime for the international ones. Like Namecheap, I've hosted my site on it for up to 2 years now. I've not really had downtime more than once or twice. When I was using a Nigerian hosting company, downtimes almost every now and then. Every week, I will still have to, every week I will have to send them a mail, which they will not really respond to until after many hours. So I really do not want to experience that because uh, your website or my website is my business online 24/7. So it is not ideal that someone is searching for me and they don't find me because my hosting company has decided to give me downtime, which is not ideal in my own uh, perspective. All right. So I have been using Namecheap for a while and it's very good. So you might decide to, I'm going to give recommendations for free hosting platforms that you can use for the purpose of this class. Now, there are other ones out there that, you might watch other tutorials where they will basically install WordPress on local hosts. That is, they tell you that you don't need the data and everything will be on your laptop, which is very good if you are only building for yourself. But if you want others to see it, if you want your instructor, if you want your friends to see what you have built, you have to do the commitment and do the honors of building online so that you'll be able to share the link with people and people will be able to access it easily. So I'm going to now access my cPanel. If you are using Namecheap, it's very simple. Your basic domain that you registered with attached to your hosting accounts is right here. So just click on go to cPanel. Now, when I say cPanel, cPanel is basically, okay, sorry. Yeah, cPanel is basically your control panel. All right, cPanel is your control panel.